Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
So proud of the guys, just kept clawing, kept fighting back, and I'm beyond proud of them.
He sends a high fly ball to deep right center field. No one's going to catch that. It is going way back, and that is out of here for a home run. Luke Cossey, a monster shot, clears the 405 sign. Our first home run at Duncan Field since 2023. Touch 'em all, Luke Cossey.
Our fans recognize that, and they know that it's a family atmosphere at our place, and that's what we like.
One run will score. Here comes a second run home. Johnston digging for third. He slides in, and the Sodbusters have a 3-0 lead as Weston Johnston scorches one over the head of Jake Daly.
All the credit to the guys in the dugout playing really, really hard, keeping it simple, throwing strikes on the mound, going right at kids, and then just keep it simple up at the plate. And all the credit to the guys for just busting their butts night in, night out.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
It's an adjustment to the old baseball cliche. Let's play 1.5. The Hastings Sodbusters get set to go against the Fremont MOO. We continue yesterday's matchup as our stream went some 3 hours and 10 minutes, and we played all of 4.5 innings for a variety of reasons. As first, no umpires, and then the expected rain did put a damper literally on the action yesterday. The Hastings Sodbusters had a 1-0 lead. Their first guy reached, stole second, and Drew Vega would score on an RBI single from Brady Alexander. That's all we knew. Both teams had multiple chances, but no more across. It would have been a complete game, but Hastings is nice, and the Sodbusters say, you know, you're coming back. We're going to continue the game. They actually could have taken an official win and said, sorry, Fremont, and with the importance of the game, you really wouldn't have blamed them, but hats off to Scott Galusha and his crew saying, now we're going to go ahead and finish this certainly if we can because the weather looks good, and so we'll play hopefully a crisply played 4 innings right here, wrap this one up, and then play a 7-inning contest to begin about a half hour behind this one. Ryan Valenta, no rain right now. Looks pretty good, and just hope that Hastings can get the same kind of pitching that they got for the first 5 innings yesterday.
Perfect weather tonight and nothing like last night. It was rainy. It's overcast the whole evening, so it was kind of like, all right, we know it's coming. When is it coming? And the whole no umpire situation didn't help, but you can see at the bottom of your screen 2 boys in blue standing down there. So the Sodbusters will have some officials here tonight at the start of game time, thank goodness, but 91 here and feels like 98 degrees here at the ballpark. The sun shining down, the wind blowing in like it usually does, but yeah, for both teams, it's going to be a 1.5 game, and like you mentioned, just see if you can get the same fire that you came out with last night. The fire as in the 1 run, but you had excellent pitching from the Sodbusters. We saw Josh Nolte make 4 innings in his start, give up 4 hits, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Braden Cork had an inning pitch. Sodbuster pitchers were relatively dominant, even though Fremont is out hitting Hastings right now 4-2. Sodbusters able to manufacture that run in the first inning. Otherwise, a pretty cleanly game pitched otherwise so far for both teams. So obviously new teams are going to come out, or the teams are going to come out with new pitchers, because the guys that pitched yesterday will probably not be going again today unless somehow Braden Cork has like a robo arm and can come back here. He is pitching. He is pitching.
Yeah. Well, he threw only 8 pitches yesterday, and Scott Galusha's philosophy was, okay, how you doing? And he said, I'm fine. So and he had a normal warm up. He had 8 pitches, so he is good to go today, and he does kind of have that arm that bounces back really well. We saw him in long relief a year ago, and technically, if you were playing by the regular rules, 8 pitches yesterday, you don't have to take today off, and so it was his choice, and he is doing it. Now, Tyler Wise, who worked the first 4 innings, he's done for Fremont. Eli Larson will come in for him. So really, it couldn't work out much better for the Sodbusters in terms of who they brought in. Some of the other guys probably would have been done, but Braden Cork's ready to go.
All right, we'll look for a good start or continuing. Is it a start? Is it continue? It's technically continuing relief, but he'll be the first guy on the mound tonight. So when we start this thing in hopefully about 5 minutes, the umpires are meeting right now. Scott Galusha's, he's probably already met with the umpires, so he probably doesn't need to be out there discussing whatever the umpires are discussing right now. But for Sodbusters, the pitching continues to be excellent. Fremont's offense has been on and off. We mentioned that they got swept in Oahe coming into town last night, and the Zappa also last night losing in their game, so that they are going to be a little bit farther back in the standings, but they still overtake or have the lead in the standings right now of the second half. Spearfish beat them 11-6, and Casper barely snuck by the Bison 24-5 in 7 innings last night. That one was a romp, so it's still Oahe, 7 games over 500. Spearfish 6 games, Hastings 4 games, Casper 5 games since they got the win over the Bison. So the Sodbusters with 2 wins tonight, they could tie themselves with Spearfish for the moment, but the Zap and the Sasquatch are playing each other tonight too, so that's a very important game as well. And Casper playing the Bison, and they're already up 3-0 early on in that game. So it is, like we've been mentioning all along, it is win, win, win. That's probably control your own destiny type of scenario for the Sodbusters. So if they keep winning, which they pretty much need to do this weekend, and keep winning this weekend, they still do have a shot, even though they are still third place. Well, they were third place with Casper winning, then they're technically a half game back. So if the Sodbusters get a win tonight and get a couple of wins tonight, then they will still have a very good chance coming into the next week of competition.
Meanwhile, Fremont, they'll pretty much know their fate here in the next 24 hours. The game and a half today, the 2 games tomorrow. They're 10-9. If they win them all of a sudden they're 5 games over 500 and in the hunt. If they lose them all, they can just play out the string here, because they have the 2 games today. Then they have, I think it's their 3rd split doubleheader of the year, the way the weather's worked out for them. They play the Prospects for a 7-inning game and Oahe for a 7-inning game tomorrow. They have another game with Oahe, then they're off until the weekend when the Prospects come in for 2 more. Meanwhile, the Sodbusters continuing their busy schedule, wrapping up the 2 games today. They'll be off tomorrow, then 4 against Nebraska, 2 at Oahe to close the regular season. 1-0 Sodbusters. Let's reset the lineup for you. First of all, for Hastings, it's Drew Vega at second base, Chase Miller, the shortstop, and batting second, Luke Causey in right field batting third, Brady Alexander in left and batting fourth, Cale Jensen, the DH, batting fifth, Tyler Welch at first base, batting sixth, Jude Greaves catches and bats seventh, Joey Hecker at third base, batting eighth, Jet Hannaford in center field and batting ninth, and Braden Cork in relief of Josh Nolte on the mound. Cork throwing only 8 pitches in the 1-2-3 inning yesterday against the Fremont MOO. For the MOO, it's Carter Sintek at shortstop, Rocky Geritano in center field, Cooper Fucino at first base, Henry Heyman in left, Timon Long the catcher. It's Nate Wachter, the right fielder, batting sixth, then Joshua Hardiman, the DH, batting seventh, Grant Ryan, the third baseman, batting eighth, and Rob Hodges playing second base and batting ninth. Tyler Wise worked the first 4 innings for the Fremont MOO, and really a good job for him. Allows just the 1 run on 2 hits. He struck out 6, walked 2, hit 1, had a chance. Sodbusters had an opportunity to get to him a couple of different times, could not get it done, and they sent him packing after 4 innings and 75 pitches thrown. Eli Larson will be coming in, a right-hander, as we take a look at him and his numbers. He has pitched 8 2/3 innings, 4 appearances. He's 0-1, 9 runs allowed, but just 2 of those earned. He has allowed 10 hits. He struck out 6. He's walked 4. Opponent sitting 278 against Eli Larson. He's a Sioux Falls University guy, as he will be a right-handed pitcher to face the top of the order. It's kind of an odd the way it works out, almost like a nuke ball game where you have the top of the order coming up here. And the rain delay came exactly at the end of a half inning, so a very clean restart. So there's nobody on base, no count, and we can just kind of feel like you're starting a ball game. Just got 4.5 innings to play instead of 9. 92 degrees, depending on your weather app, maybe 91. But a heat advisory is in effect, as it feels like 98. Winds out of the south at 7 miles an hour, blowing almost straight in from center field. It looks like it's blowing stronger than 7 miles an hour at this point. So big old Duncan Field plays bigger today. 408 to straightaway center, 405 to the alleys, 370 to left, and 367 right. It's Steve Stein. It's Ryan Valenta. Mason Hinrichs, our producer today. It's a broadcast so big, it's taken 2 different producers to get this game on the air. That's how big this is. Drew Vega, who was hit by a pitch, scored the lone run. He's also reached on an air. He has been red hot, and he hopefully can keep that going here as he tries to get this rolling. This will be his final day, we believe, to play for the Hastings Sodbusters, and he's done well against the Fremont MOO. 7 out of 21 for the season coming into this game which began yesterday. And lines this one bright back up the middle. It's going to be fielded by the shortstop. Throw to first in time. What a play with the speed of Vega. I thought, no way. Carter Sintek, headed to the University of Houston, robs Drew Vega of a single.
That one bounced off of the mound, the left side, and it might have given Sintek a little bit more of advantage, kicking it over farther towards him. You can't get any closer at first base. Chris Sintek says, you're out.
As it is Chase Miller batting now, and that pitch just outside. Mentioned Chris doing the field. John Peters, the plate umpire today, here in this 2-man crew for the Independence League. Right-handed pitcher Eli Larson brings it home. The 1-0 delivery is taken outside. 2 balls and no strikes. The patience of Chase Miller during his surge, really since he's joined the starting lineup on a regular basis, it's really been cool to see. He's up to 229 now. He was well below 200 most of the year. 2-0 delivery. Hits it hard, just foul. So there's Sodbusters very easily could have an insurance run on the board. Almost a single back up the middle, and that's likely a double instead. Nobody on, 1 out, and now a 2-1 count on Miller. Chase Miller, right-handed hitter, White Sox fan. It's from Walkerton, Indiana, goes to Saginaw Valley State. And Eli Larson brings home the pitch. Hits it pretty well, but that's into the outfield and will not be an issue as fading over is the left fielder Henry Heyman. There are 2 outs. And Luke Causey will try to salvage the inning. Causey probably as happy as anyone to see the rain delay because Tyler Wise struck him out twice and did not have a good look at Tyler Wise. So he's happy to see a new right-hander out there. Eli Larson, one of the late season additions to this Fremont team. A couple of guys from Sioux Falls University coming down. 2-1 delivery is taken upstairs for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Luke Causey, who hit his team-leading 5th triple in the last game for the Hastings Sodbusters. A 3-run triple for Hastings, which continued the onslaught against the Bison a couple of days ago. This pitch fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike on Luke Causey, another of the Arkansas Tech guys. He's out of White House, Texas. Business finance major, wants to go into either accounting or personal finance. 1-1 count on Luke Causey. Eli Larson looking for a 1-2-3 frame. This one hit hard and into right field for a base hit. So Causey aboard with 2 outs. He's got a single. 1 on, 2 outs for Brady Alexander.
Got to feel good for Luke Causey. You mentioned he was 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. That pitch down in the zone. Causey patient enough where just shot that thing into right field. Rob Hodges, the second baseman, slipped when he was jolting over towards that ball. Not sure if he would have caught that or maybe gotten up, but solid single for Luke Causey, his first hit tonight.
Righty-righty matchup as Brady Alexander steps in. Pitch is taken on the outside corner for strike. That shot off the bat of Luke Causey, 93 miles an hour. Flight scope information brought to you by Eagle Distributing. And the early returns on Eli Larson, 78-82 with his pitches thrown. 0-1 delivery on the way. And it's lofted high in the air to right field. But that is just more than a lazy fly ball. Nate Wachter had to fade back on it and made a nice play, but the Sodbusters are turned around. No runs on 1 hit. 1 man left. We head to inning number 6. It is a 1-0 lead for Hastings. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
And to the 6th inning of our continuation of yesterday's suspended contest, and Ryan Valenta has the call of a 1-0 game with Sodbusters on top.
Sodbusters not too far removed from their 14-3 run rule win over the Bison, but now still a bit of a pitcher's duel, even though we've gone to the bullpen for both sides with the rain delay, obviously. And question of the day, if you're listening in and you'd like to provide your input, there's a combined fans, of two teams that might go as rivals against each other. You think of Creighton and Nebraska. They call them J-Skers, if you're fans of both. What do you call a combined Moo and Sodbuster fan?
Moo Buster.
Moo. Okay, that's a pretty good one.
I think that's just that was a softball, man. That was just put that on the tee.
We saw a gentleman walking up with some concessions. He's got a Fremont MOO shirt on, and he's got a Sodbuster hat on. So
clashes terribly. The green, the yellow, the purple, the orange. Oh my goodness! Yeah, my wife would have a fit.
Green and purple with the color combos on him. I'd almost like to go down there and say, "What's the connection, sir?"
Yep.
In the top of the 6th inning, so we're now a little bit more than halfway done in this contest, which has taken almost 20-plus hours to finish. In between delays, or suspensions, if you will. Rob Hodges is the batter for the Fremont MOO. He is the second baseman. He has one of their 4 hits, and Braden Cork right back to him. Cat-like reflexes. He grabs it and throws it over to first. A pretty play for the first outs of the top of the 6th.
Well, if you weren't ready, now you're in game mode today. After he threw his 8 pitches yesterday, I think is he going to be into it? He's into it now.
So it's back to the top of the order, and Chris Sintek. Excuse me, I put Chris. It's Carter Sintek.
Carter Sintek, yeah. Okay.
Chris is his dad on the base pass. We tell you more about that. The Sinteks from the Fremont area. Carter the batter, Chris the field umpire. That is father and son, and you may be wondering why that's collusion. Well, Chris Sintek, a very good umpire in the Nebraska region, and he's done some Sodbuster games before. And he said that he was scheduled to come do the Fremont day and said that his son might play. And Scott Galusha, he said he knows Chris very well and said there's absolutely no problem. He knows that there's going to be no issues with that. So Chris Sintek in the field. Carter Sintek, the batter. He is 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts. Called a strike. Sintek checked his swing, didn't matter. Would have been a strike anyway. That's according to home plate umpire John Peters. Calling the balls and strikes tonight. Braden Cork with the 2-2 to Sintek. Just foul down the first base line. Sintek grounding out to shortstop in the first, then grounding into a 4-3 double play in the third. Sintek joining the team a little bit late, but he is a guy who has been on the Fremont team before. He's a Fremont native, and he is committed off to play baseball at Houston University, the Cougars. Throwback from Jude Greaves gets away from Braden Cork. Drew Vega has to go hunt that down. The defense still the same for the Sodbusters from left to right. Brady Alexander, Jet Hannaford, Luke Cossey. The third to first, Joey Hecker, Chase Miller, Drew Vega, and Tyler Welsh. The payoff pitch is ball 4, a bit too high. Sintek works the one-out walk. He is on base in the 6th.
This Fremont team, they've had one base runner in every inning but the 5th, so they continue to put on a little pressure. The Sodbusters, though, have been able to keep them from getting multiple base runners on in any inning.
It's the first base runner to reach against Cork in 5 batters. Came on to retire the 6, 7, and 8 batters. That was when there was lightning in the area last night, and we thought, how the heck are we playing this game right now? It didn't seem to be a problem. Braden Cork shut down the MOO 1, 2, 3, and then the floodgates opened. It just started raining and raining for about 10 minutes. It held up a little bit, but just too much lightning in the area and potential for more rain. Sodbusters said, let's just pick it up tomorrow, which Steve and I, that was our thought process the whole way along. Fremont's already here. Why not finish up the game in some picture-perfect weather? Rocco Geritano is the Fremont batter with a 1-1 count. Geritano, he has one of the 4 Fremont hits, which was a single back in the 4th. Cork misses high and away. Told us earlier this week and officially announced it on social media this week that Cork will be headed to Division II Washburn University. He will be in Ichabod. The righty-lefty matchup. Geritano sprays it towards his dugouts and a foul ball, 2-2 still. Rocco Geritano, neat name. One of the notable ones in the Independence League from St. Petersburg and college at Southern Union State University. 8 games for him with Fremont, a .273 average. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And down on strikes is Geritano, and actually got a piece of it, but Jude Greaves able to hold on to that foul tip.
Nice bounce back for Cork after issuing his first walk. Had fallen behind Geritano, but good response to come back and retire him.
First strikeout in 6 batters for Braden Cork. And now it is the always dangerous Cooper Fuccino for the Fremont MOO. The Rolling Hills Estates, California native at Creighton University. He leads the team with a .315 average in 29 games and also extended his team leads in doubles, and now he'll add a single on a hard hit ball to left field through the third and shortstop. Cooper Fuccino with a multi-hit game as Fremont's up to 5 on the day.
Big spot in this game. Sodbusters just had an opportunity in the 5th inning with some balls that didn't get through, and now Fremont here in the 6th, 2 on, 2 out. Can Cork work his way around this situation?
Man, oh man, that one a scorcher, 101 off the bat by Cooper Fuccino. He had a wall ball double yesterday in the 1st that hit off the right center field wall on the fly. That's back to Cork again, and he will start the inning and end the inning with a comebacker, and Fremont will not score. They strand a walk and a single, and through 5.5, it is still 1-0 Sodbusters. We go to the bottom of the 6th when we return on this glorious Sunday evening.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Welcome back to historic Duncan Field, where it's Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein, closing out a very long week of baseball here at Duncan Field. Our conclusion of our 6th and soon-to-be 7th games in 7 days in a row here in Hastings. Sodbusters will have a much-needed tomorrow off day, and then they will get right back on the horse for a 4-game series against the Nebraska Prospects here at Duncan, which will be right here on our Sodbusters YouTube network. And then they will go on the road to finish the season next weekend in Pierre against the red-hot Oahe Zap. Cale Jensen to deal things off. He crushes a ball, but that will be well foul down the right field line. Cale Jensen, the Central City native, off to the University of Illinois, Chicago. Spent a year with Northeast Community College. Had a red-hot season for the Hawks, who had a pretty impressive season. Waits on the off-speed, but pops it up. That's in no man's land. Racing in is Geritano, but his speed, he's able to get there as that ball just hangs up there a little bit too much. Cale Jensen now 0 for 2.
Giratano can cover some ground out there, and a couple of fly-outs for the 4 and 5 hitters to end the last inning and to begin this inning.
But still Eli Larson on the mound for the Fremont MOO, who isn't an unfamiliar opponent to the Sodbusters. He pitched in the game in Fremont 9 days ago in relief. Pitched 3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout in the Sodbusters' 11-3 win. Did not factor into the decision. Tyler Welsh, a rope shot to center field, but Giratano, little issue grabbing that one. Sodbusters, they have just been smoking fly balls very hard off the bats, especially the last few days. A few of them just got a little bit too much hang time to him right there. Quickly 2 up and 2 down.
Yeah, that is 6 batters faced by Larson. He's only allowed 1 hit, but man, oh man, Hastings is hitting it hard, just can't find a gap.
So let's see if Jude Greaves can start a little 2-out rally. Sodbusters in the lead right now for the moment, 1-0. Hastings at 25-17, Fremont at 20-22. It just doesn't feel right saying that Fremont has a losing record for the dominant team that they have been pretty much since their existence. Fremont 34-22 last year, Independence League runner-ups. They lost to Casper 3-1 in a 5-game series. Jude Greaves watches strike 1 go by. 2 balls and 1 strike. So after the conclusion of this game, we'll have about a 30-minute intermission, and then we will play a 7-inning contest as Fremont will bid farewell to Hastings for the rest of the season. And Steve and I mentioned it yesterday. It was Fremont, prospects, Fremont, pretty much to the start of each of the past 2 seasons. It seemed like the Sodbusters always started and ended the season with Fremont, but that is not the case this year. 2 teams will only play a total of 7 games against each other. Now that count has worked full from Eli Larson to Jude Greaves. Greaves reaching on a fielder's choice, but flying out, so he's 0 for 2.
To put that in perspective, in 2021, they met 21 times.
21 times is 3 times as many as what they're going to be this season. Jude Greaves flies out to right field. That is 5 fly ball outs in 2 innings for the Sodbusters facing Eli Larson. Something might have to change if Sodbusters want to keep this game in their control. We're through 6. We're back in a moment.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
It is the 7th inning in a pitcher's duel, 1-0 your score, and this is eerily reminiscent of that game against the Bison earlier this week. I believe that was the Thursday game where it was the Austin Rain show and even the Bison pitcher doing a great job in that game before, for lack of a better term, all hell breaking loose and the Bison scoring 6 runs in the 8th inning and ended up winning that game 8-4 when through 6 innings it was a 1-0 game. So if you like trends here, or hopefully we don't, we want the trend in the opposite direction, of course. But the Sodbusters lead it 1-0, just like they did on Thursday. But Fremont coming up in the 7th inning.
You keep your trends to yourself, Valenta. I don't want to hear that.
They're my favorite things, Steve. They're my guilty pleasure here in the booth, finding just totally random trends that probably are just coincidences.
It's a coincidence. 2 totally different teams, different pitchers, different day. Matter of fact, it's taken 2 days to get to 1-0 today. You talk about a slow-moving game.
Longest baseball game ever. You have to go back to like the 1930s. We looked it up the other day, and I think it was a 30-inning game, which ended up only taking like 3 hours. Can you believe that? Ground ball up the middle, ranging over Chase Miller, throwing on the run. Nice play by the Sodbusters shortstop as Timon Long is retired for Fremont.
Really good job by Miller. I got there in plenty of time, and I thought he knew something I didn't. He threw out Long by 8 or 9 steps. I thought Long was going to get down the line a little bit faster than that. Tremendous play for Miller.
A pinch hitter coming in for Fremont. For the Moo, and this will be ground ball up the middle and into center field, and that's a base hit for the Fremont pinch hitter, Seve Aguirre. He will single up the middle. Aguirre, part of 25 games for Fremont, and he takes over in the place of Nate Wachter. Chase Miller not able to get that one. So that is the Fremont Moo's 6 hits of the contest. And now it is the beer batter for the Fremont Moo. This is Joshua Hardiman. He fouls that back to the screen. So the Sodbusters picking an interesting candidate for the beer batter, as Joshua Hardiman leads almost every offensive category. Most team hits, triples, home runs, RBIs. But he does strike out a fair amount of the time. In fact, he did strike out his first at-bat in the second. After the second pitch, it is 1-1 from Braden Cork. Hardiman, the 7th place hitter. He is from Sacramento, California, and one of the Midland guys. And he actually played on this baseball field in the spring against Hastings College. He was held to an 0 for 6 mark with 2 walks and an RBI versus the Broncos, which had a very forgettable 2025 season. Hardiman 0 for 2. It's Aguirre at first. Hardiman in the air to right. Lucasi coming in towards the line. Makes the catch in fair territory. And the runner back to first base. The second out of the inning, rather. So no problem for the Sodbuster right fielder. And now it's the 8th hole hitter, Grant Ryan. 6 hits, no runs, 2 errors for the Fremont team. 1 run on 3 hits for the Sodbusters, as they were able to manufacture a first inning run. That's a line shot down the right field line. That is a fair ball. And it going first to third is Aguirre. The throw way in from Kasi is, wow, that's pretty close, but not quite in time. It's a opposite field single for Grant Ryan. He's got his 14th hit of the summer, and Fremont now threatens in the 7th.
They continue to put pressure on. They have hits in every inning but the 5th, but this is the first time they have multiple hits in an inning, and now it's going to be up to Cork to try to get out of this with no damage done.
So Aguirre moves to third, and it's Ryan at first. Now Rob Hodges, who led off the 6th inning just an inning ago. Braden Cork takes a look at the runner at first and now sets up high for ball 1. Grant Ryan at first base. He's 4 for 4 in stolen bases, if the Sodbusters are concerned about that. Cork with the 1-0. Gets a call at the top of the zone. 1-1. Pretty good job for Jude Greaves behind the plate. He's thrown out a couple of base runners, but they haven't tried to steal on him as much as other catchers have. Pitch down and in, 2-1. We're here in the 7th of this 9-inning contest. Fremont trying to creep closer back to just an even 500 record and keep their playoff hopes alive. Strike 2 call, just gets a corner. Hodges not too fond of it. John Peters said it shaved off an edge. Deuces wild. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Pitch from Cork. Got him swinging, strike 3. The fastball upstairs. Hodges can't lay off. Braden Cork, a disappearing act. He allows a couple of singles in the 7th, but Fremont leaves them stranded. That's now 4 base runners stranded in the past 2 innings for the Moo. Time to stretch. Do we even need to stretch? It's so early in the game.
It's like I've only been here 2 innings. I have to stretch? What's the deal with that? It's hot. I don't want to stretch.
It's technically the bottom of the 7th, so in the game, if it was a full game, it would be time to stretch. But the Sodbusters lead at 1-0. Be back in a bit. Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
For the Sodbusters, they will bring up Joey Hecker as the first batter of the bottom of the 7th inning. As Fremont, back-to-back innings where they've stranded a couple of base runners on and come up empty. And Joey Hecker to start things off. He is the 8-hole hitter. Eli Larson delivers strike 1, pulled a string on that off-speed pitch, and it's 0-1. We also saw a pinch hitter last inning, which was Sevi Aguirre for their right fielder, Nate Wachter. So we'll update you on the defensive changes as soon as we have them. According to Game Changer, it looks like Aguirre is perhaps taken over in right field. That is the case, so just a swap there. The rest of the Fremont defense the same. Hecker fouls it back to the screen. That's going to be Henry Heyman, Rocco Giratano, and Sevi Aguirre from left to right. Then Grant Ryan, Carter Sintek, Rob Hodges, and Cooper Fuccino from third to first, and Timon Long behind the dish. Larson ahead, 1-2, misses badly. Arm side to make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fremont pitching staff is really what's kept them in this season. A very high strikeout rate. We told you that yesterday. Coming into tonight's game, 383 strikeouts, and there's another one. Hecker goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. To put that in perspective, they're striking out an average of 9 batters per game. It's a very impressive mark.
And they are doing it again today. The Sodbusters, when they're not putting the ball in play, they're not the Sodbusters, and struggling a bit in that respect today. They have now gone down 7 times.
Pitch to Jet Hannaford, fouled back to the screen, and unfortunately 5 of those strikeouts have been by Hecker and the guy at the plate. Jet Hannaford, the 9th hole hitter, he is 0 for 2 and has struck out twice. Watches that one go by, but boy, does he make up for any sort of lack of hitting, which I can't even say that because he's hitting .275 this summer. Is a bit prone to the strikeouts, but he sends it to short. Carter Sintek, backhanding sliding stop throw to first. He's out at first. The two get tangled up at first base. Fuccino able to hold the bag and to exchange pleasantries. Said, my bad, bro. Because it looked like that Hannaford almost, he did collide with the foot of Fuccino. Fortunately, both guys are okay, but what a play by Carter Sintek.
You can see the D1 guy, Carter Sintek. He has thrown out Drew Vega and Jet Hannaford, perhaps the 2 fastest players for the Sodbusters. Really impressive plays.
So now it's back to the top of the order in Drew Vega. 4th time he's up tonight. Vega hit by pitch, reaching on an error and grounding out. He's 0 for 2. Vega responsible for touching home plates, the only man to touch home plate in this contest. 1-0 pitch, nub shot back to the pitcher. Larson fields, and he'll underhand to first. No problem. That is now 7 in a row retired by Eli Larson as the Sodbusters go 3 up and 3 down for the 2nd straight inning. getting late, if you will, here in the ball game. We're headed to the 8th. You're listening to the Sodbusters YouTube network.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to hastingssodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Welcome back to Duncan Field. It's moving along at a pretty quick pace here. We've gotten nothing on the scoreboard in the past 2.5 innings since we have resumed from the suspension from last night. And we head to the top of the 8th inning with Fremont coming up and Steve Stein coming back on the mic.
This game couldn't end 1-0, could it? Oh my goodness, what a game. Can the Sodbusters survive the next time through the order for the Fremont MOO? They have had all kinds of opportunities. The majority of the chances in this game have been on the side of the MOO. They stranded 2 each of the last 2 innings. Braden Cork escaped, 38 pitches thrown, and now he has to face the top of the order, Carter Sintek, who drew a walk his last time up in the 6th. Cork has done a good job fielding his position as well, getting a couple of hard-hit comebackers, and throws a first pitch strike to Carter Sintek, the D1 product. Fremont guy who's going to be headed to the University of Houston. Braden Cork quickly working, looks in at his catcher and brings it home. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Jude Greaves doing the catching. Still Tyler Welsh at first base, Drew Vega at second. Shortstop Chase Miller at third base, Joey Hecker. Swing and a miss at 1 in the turf, knocked down by Greaves. He will step out, throw to first. Good job there, and a nice little stretch for Tyler Welch to make sure that baby didn't get down the right field line. A big first out here in inning number 8.
Yeah, Cork went fastball first pitch, a little cut fastball his second pitch, and then dropped Uncle Charlie on Sintek right there, who had no chance of connecting with that baseball. Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Carter Sintek goes down on strikes. The 3rd strikeout for Braden Cork. Worked a 1-2-3 5th inning yesterday, threw only 8 pitches, and so asked if he was okay to come back today. Said sure, no problem. 1-0 count on Rocco Geritano's 1 for 3 in the game, and he pops this one a mile high on the left side of the infield, and the carrying actually out into the outfield, and it's going to fall. Overran by Chase Miller, and Brady Alexander never got a good read on it, and it's going to be a fair ball single off the bat of Rocco Geritano. Miller overran it by 7 feet, and the sun certainly playing a factor on that one, as Brady Alexander, I don't think, really ever got a good look at it. An unfortunate bloop single, and that is a huge play in this game with 3 and 4 coming up here for Fremont.
Yeah, horrible break. And Alexander, I think he was looking to Miller thinking, okay, you got it, and then at the last minute realized he doesn't have it and wasn't able to locate it in time.
So here comes Cooper Fucino, and he drills it to left field, and all of a sudden it's 1st and 2nd and 1 man out. Man, the play not made. You give Cooper Fucino an opportunity, and all of a sudden it's 1st and 2nd, 1 man out instead of nobody on, and 2 outs. And now Heyman, Long, and Aguirre, 3 pretty tough outs, trying to preserve a 1-0 lead.
Have a day, Cooper Fucino, his 3rd hit of the contest, a pair of singles and a double.
He had hits in each of his Sodbuster games against so far, but had never had a multi-hit game, even though you knew the capability was there. Had a huge July 4th RBI single that tied the ball game, that sent it to extras. Ball 1 to Henry Heyman. Heyman 0 for 3 on the day. Sodbusters love to turn 2 right here and get out of this mess. 1st and 2nd, 1 out. Game's on the line here in the 8th. Little looping line drive. That's a base hit. And they're going to try to score the tying run. There will be runners at 1st and 3rd, and still only 1 man out. 3 straight singles for Geritano, Focino, and Heyman, and it's a new ball game, and Fremont certainly in good shape to take the lead now.
Always pesky Fremont MOO, and this pitch a little bit of a breaking ball that was left up in the zone. It looked like Jude Greaves wanted it down. Cork left it pretty much right over the plate, even though it was a bit on the outside corner, but that's just a better piece of hitting by Henry Heyman to shoot it to right field and tie it up. Double digits in hit for Fremont, just one run though.
They've out-hit Hastings 10-3. They have runners at first and third and still only one man out. A lefty's getting hot in a hurry for the Hastings Sodbusters. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Time and Long. He's 1 for 3 in the game. Singled back in the second. And ended up being forced out on a fielder's choice. 1-0 delivery on the way. Taken upstairs for ball 2, and you look back to that little blooper off the bat of Rocco Geritano that fell for a hit, setting the stage for the next 2 hits. It's a new ball game at Fremont. Great chance to take the lead here. The pitch right across for strike, 2-1. Can Braden Cork survive this inning with the Sodbusters still tied? And Hastings has done very little against Eli Larson. Some hard hit balls, but just 1 hit since Larson entered the game to begin today's action. 2-1 delivery. Bouncing ball to the left side. The third baseman's got it. He'll come home. The throw out.
Oh, what a play.
Joey Hecker takes away the lead run, throws it into Jude Greaves. Cooper Focino is out. Fielder's choice grounder off the bat of Time and Long, and it remains a 1-1 game.
You could not have put that throw in a better spot, and with that soft bouncer, I thought Hecker wouldn't have a play because it was an in-between hop, and the tag was made in time at the plate. I think there's a bit of an argument from Fremont claiming that Jude Greaves was set up in the base path of Cooper Fucino and didn't give him a lane to slide, but the home plate umpire does not agree with that. A huge play to keep it a tie game.
Connor McGonigal, second-year head coach, third year of the program. He's down at third base, first and second, 2 outs. Braden Cork still some work to do, though, if he wants to get out of this inning still in a tie ball game as the pitch is fouled away off the bat of Sevi Aguirre. Aguirre the last inning, he came in as a pinch hitter and singled, was stranded at second. So 2 hits in the 7th, 3 hits in the 8th for this Fremont team as they continue to have multiple opportunities, but it's just a 1-1 ball game. Aguirre will take this one a little bit high. 1 ball and 1 strike on Sevi Aguirre. Sevi, out of southeastern Oklahoma State, from Coffeyville, Texas. Just 1 for 11 against the Sodbusters before that 7th inning single. A look back to second. The pitch. Foul back, 1-2, and through the concourse here. It's now 1 strike away for Braden Cork to pull an escape act with the assist from Joey Hecker. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 home for Fremont here in the 8th. Cork takes his time, works out of the stretch, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. So Braden Cork does get out of this with no further damage. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 men left. We head to the bottom half of inning number 8. It's a 1-1 tie, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now. There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 1-1 tie. The Hastings Sodbusters trying to find the measure of Eli Larson. Now, they have hit the ball hard, but nothing to show for it. Just a single from Luke Causey, the only safety against Larson. And if you're thinking of the trends of this game, I mean, Sodbusters need to find a way to get one right here because you feel like that one's not enough. Well, it's not going to be enough to beat Fremont. Is 2 enough as Fremont continues to put multi-base hits on the board, and you're really almost fortunate to hold them to 1 so far in this game, being out hit by 7 in the contest as the first pitch is across for a strike to Chase Miller, just where you want to be in your lineup. 2, 3, and 4 coming up against Eli Larson. Tyler Wise and Larson have done a nice job in the 2 days that this game has gone on. Wise was the starting pitcher and worked the first 4. Pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike on Chase Miller. He's 1 for 2 in the game. Walked, single, hit it pretty hard his last time up, and it was a fly out to the left fielder. Wind blowing in from center, making Duncan Field play even larger. Big swing, no contact, 1-2 the count on Chase Miller on the off-speed pitch from Eli Larson, the Sioux Falls University product out of Osseo, Minnesota. 1-2 pitch taken upstairs. 2-2 on Miller. Causey and Alexander will have their chances. You'd love to find a sneak run or 2 across this inning and win it in the 9th. No action now in the Sodbuster pen. We'll see if Braden Cork gets a chance to go out. He has thrown 54 pitches so far, going back to last night. Bouncing ball back up the middle, but that's to Syntax. He's pretty tough. He'll throw out Miller. He's handled every chance in today's action here at Duncan Field. There's 1 out in the 8th.
Yeah, that curveball or slider, I think it's probably a curveball that Larson is using, has been a pretty good pitch for him. He's been getting the Sodbusters off timing with it. Miller got a little bit on that ball, but just bounced it over to the toughest guy in the infield.
Here's Luke Causey now. Causey, the only hit against Larson. First time through the order, and the pitch is taken for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Luke 1 for 3 on the day for the Hastings Sodbusters. .250 against Fremont for the season. 3 for 12 coming into this matchup. 0-1 delivery is bounced to the right side. That's going to be handled by Fucino, the first baseman. 2 quick outs here in the 8th. Just very routine, very little stress pitches for Eli Larson. Meanwhile, Braden Corrick's been working around jam after jam as he had 3 base runners last inning, 2 base runners in the 7th, 2 base runners in the 6th, allowing only 1 run out of all of that here today. And here's Brady Alexander. Had the RBI single back at the first, nothing since. Hits it hard, back up the middle, that's a base hit. And with his speed, will he get the opportunity to try to get into scoring position for Cale Jensen? Comes to the plate.
And that breaks a streak of 9 straight retired by the pitcher Eli Larson. Alexander the first to reach since Luke Causey did back in the 5th inning. And I would love to see the Sodbusters be aggressive on the base pass right here because you don't know when you're going to get another opportunity.
Alexander does have a couple of steals for this Hastings team. A very small lead against Larson right now. He is not going. At a big swing, no contact for Cale Jensen. Jensen flew out to center his last time up. He's 0 for 2. He was also hit by a pitch. Bottom of the 8th inning. Fremont just tied it in the top half of the frame. I asked, could this game end 1-0? No, is the answer. Just the 4th hit for the Sodbusters compared to 10 for the MOO. Pitch taken upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike.
If it's any consideration for the runner Alexander at first, Long hasn't seen a whole lot of time behind the plate. He's only caught 1 base runner stealing in 5 tries this summer.
A little bigger lead, but really not an aggressive lead at all for Alexander, and he will not go. And the pitch is hit hard but foul. It goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cale Jensen. He'll be playing in the metropolitan community of Chicago, and the stadium for Illinois Chicago is right downtown. What a change for the Central City young man. Going to be playing for the Illinois Chicago Flames. 1-2 with 2 outs. And the runner goes. The pitch outside. The throw down to second base. Alexander swipes it easily. Runner in scoring position now and 2 outs. And any old hit to the outfield, and the Sodbusters can regain the lead.
Just picked his perfect pitch to run on, did Alexander, on a pitch that was way outside and Long, not the greatest throw down there. Jensen just needs to find a gap.
Line drive somewhere, Cale. The 2-2 pitch. High for ball 3. It's 3-2 with Tyler Welch waiting on deck. Sodbusters crunch time right here. Try to find a way to sneak one across and get 3 outs in the ninth and win this first game of the split doubleheader after the delay yesterday. 3-2 pitch on the way. Hard hit ball into left field for a base hit. Alexander turns the corner. Here comes the throw home. It is not going to be in time. It's cut off. And Cale Jensen, biggest hit of the game for the Sodbusters. 2 outs, nobody on. Alexander, single stolen base, and Cale Jensen knocks in the go-ahead run.
How about Sodbuster baseball right there? That one, a fastball. Did hit his spot on the outside corner, but Cale Jensen waits on it long enough, just takes it the other way, and right in between the fielders over there in the left side. All you need is some 2-out magic here and a chance for more.
Tyler Welch to the plate. He had a decent swing against Larson his first time and flew out to center field. So the Sodbusters have hit the ball hard, but finally finding gaps as they get a hard hit ball to center field for a base hit, a hard hit ball to left, throw over to first base, thinking Jensen may try to get into scoring territory, and not out of the question. Cale doesn't think he's fast, but he's stolen 3 bases this year. Interview him. We'll hear that interview coming up before the second game, talking about the lack of triples in his life, and he had a 2-triple game for the Sodbusters. Welch watches this one go by. Good pick there. It's in the turf. 2 balls, no strikes. Long saving a big base right there because you'd love to get Jensen over to second somehow, some way. Each team scoring a run in the 8th, and Hastings has regained the lead at 2-1. 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes, and Welsh likely has a take or 2 on here. Jude Greaves waiting on deck, trying to get that potential insurance run into scoring position. Eli Larson out of the stretch. The pitch. Low and in the turf, and the runners are at first and second with Jensen at second, Welsh at first, and Jude Greaves. A big spot in the ball game here as Hastings looking to add on to a 2-1 lead.
Gotta wonder if that run-scoring single may be affecting the mojo of Larson. He was lights out for pretty much 3 full innings. Brady Alexander starting the rally. Now 3 straight have reached after 9 in a row were retired.
He went 3-2 to Cale Jensen, 3-1 to Tyler Welch, 3-0 I should say to Tyler Welch. Those were his first 2 3-ball counts, and it looks like the Sodbusters may go to a pinch runner right here as they are going to bring in Jackson Crane. Crane to run for Jensen at second base, try to get a little more speed out there, so any hit to the outfield, maybe a better chance to come home with that young man, Jackson Crane.
Like the adjustment there was Cale Jensen's the designated hitter, and the Sodbusters would love an insurance run, so obviously he won't play a factor into the field because they'll look to hopefully win it next inning. Jackson Crane, certainly a candidate to score on a bloop base hit.
Jude Greaves trying to come through. He's hit it hard each of his last 2 times. A line out to center, a line out to left. Also a fielder's choice grounder. 0 for 3 for Jude Greaves. The Metro KC guy takes high for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Jude Greaves. A lot of neat experiences for this young man in his lifetime. Hit a bunch of home runs at Cooperstown, New York during a youth baseball tournament earlier in his life. 1-0 the count on Jude. Now a Hastings Sodbuster. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes on Jude Greaves.
Just fortunate enough that he's healthy this summer because we've interviewed him, said that he broke his finger early in the season, right before the season started, and then tore his labrum the year before. So this is his first full season of baseball in quite a while.
First and second, 2 outs, 1 home for the Sodbusters in the home half of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Now 3-0, I should say, on Jude Greaves. So the 3rd straight 3-ball count issued by Eli Larson after he had just pretty well controlled the Sodbusters the first time through the order. 3-0 pitch on the way. At the knees for strike 1. 3-1 on Greaves. It all started 2 up, 2 down. A ground out. Matter of fact, 2 of them. Then single for Alexander. Stolen base. RBI single for Jensen. Welch with a 4-pitch walk, and Jude Greaves trying to reach and give Joey Hecker an opportunity. Larson a check of the runner. And the pitch. High for ball 4. They're loaded up for Joey Hecker, and Hecker looking for something offensive right here. He made the defensive play of the game, bringing a throw home to gun down the potential go-ahead run at the plate.
Surprised Fremont doesn't take some time to maybe have a visit to the mound or a catcher conversation just to get Larson a little breather here, as he's allowed 4 straight to reach.
And it's 92 degrees with a heat index of 98. Fatigue could become a factor in a hurry, as Larson had thrown only 29 pitches coming into this frame. He's now at 53, so 24 pitches in the inning, and he misses badly to Hecker. 1 ball and no strikes. Working out of the stretch here. Sodbusters to take another walk, try to find a little insurance. Anyway, Joey Hecker, he's got 4 runs batted in. That coming here recently. Swings at one that maybe was ball 2. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Joey had a multiple RBI game and that walk-off win a few games ago. 2 more runs batted in, and the victory over the Bison 14-3. Freshman to be at Washington State. Another big spot. Here's the pitch. Fouls it away. It's now 1-2 on Joey Hecker. So for the first time in a few batters, Eli Larson works in front. 3-2 to Jensen. 4-pitch walk to Welsh. 5-pitch walk to Greaves after the single from Brady Alexander started this rally in the 8th. Bases are full of Sodbusters. Hastings trying to find a way for some insurance here. Larson takes a lot of time, brings it home. It's lined into right field, falls for a hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Welsh around third. The throw home is up the line. 2-run single for Joey Hecker, and the Sodbusters have 3 on the board in the 8th.
A 2-strike hit for Joey Hecker, and something in him. His first few games as a Sodbuster, he was just kind of cruising along, but he has turned it on as of late. The walk-off winner the early part of the week, and how about that? He was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, and he comes through with 2 huge insurance runs.
What an 8th inning for Joey Hecker. Threw out the go-ahead run in the top of the frame, gets a 2-out, 2-strike, 2-run single to provide 2 big insurance runs, and now the Sodbusters have a 4-1 lead as Jet Hannaford takes strike 1. He's 0 for 3. And during the Sodbusters' 4 out of 5 win streak, they've gotten production up and down the lineup. The guys at the bottom of the order has had some huge games. Today, we talked about the anemic start as 8 and 9 had started 0 for 6 with 5 strikeouts before Joey Hecker's 2-run single. Jet Hannaford trying to find a way. He's down 0-2. Sodbusters have 2 more on with Greaves at second base and Joey Hecker at first. And calling time is the catcher, as Fremont's backstop time and Long will go out and have a word with Eli Larson. You mentioned the fact that Larson has had no break during this run. 5 in a row have reached after 2 were out and nobody on. This is the first time anybody's come out and said, "How you doing?"
And he threw 3 innings in a total of 29 pitches. He's now taken 30 pitches to just record 2 outs in this inning. So it has been the kryptonitic 8th inning for the Fremont MOO. I made that up, by the way.
I was going to say, that's like
kryptonite, kryptonitic.
Kryptonitic? Yeah, I don't know. That's something we have to work on. We'll do it in the post-production meetings. As the pitch is fouled away, no balls, 2 strikes. Kryptonic?
Hey Siri, add kryptonic to our post-game agenda. Send.
Well, the Sodbusters are up to 6 hits in the game, as they now have 3 hits in this frame after they had 3 hits the entire contest. They were being out-hit 10-3 before this outburst in the 8th. 4-1. Here's the pitch. Line drive, left field, that's a base hit. Here comes Greaves to score, and the Sodbusters tack on another here in the 8th. Jet Hannaford, welcome to the party. Greaves is home. Hecker's at second, and it's back to the top of the order, and all of a sudden the Sodbusters have batted around. 2 up, 2 down. They had done nothing against Eli Larson, and now the last 7 have reached.
Just placing it in perfect spots again. That one, 85 off the bat. Didn't seem like it was hit that hard, they're finding gaps here. It's almost like there's a magnet in the ball. It knows to go to the shallow outfield.
Last 6 have reached. This is the 7th man to come to the plate since 2 up and 2 down. And Drew Vega, who is 0 for 3 in the game with a run scored. Sodbusters bouncing back from that Fremont run at the top of the inning. And it's fascinating. You love the dynamics of baseball. If Fremont gets the go-ahead run, does Hastings have it in them to rally? Totally different mindset when you're in a 1-1 game compared to being down 1 or 2. Who knows how that top of the inning unfolds if they don't get the lead runner out at home. As the pitch is in there, quickly 2 strikes on Drew Vega. You can say that the Sodbusters would have scored 4. Would they? Who knows? Huge defensive plays setting the stage for a big bottom of the 8th inning, and now all of a sudden the Sodbusters have a 4-run lead and find themselves 3 outs away from victory if they can come out and have a solid top of the 9th. Larson's pitch. Bounced back up the middle. That's going to be fielded by the second baseman, who will touch the bag there. Good job for Rob Hodges. Drew Vega, fielder's choice grounder. Hannaford forced out, but the Sodbusters are able to come up with 4 runs on 4 hits. They leave a pair, and we head to the 9th. It's Hastings 5, Fremont 1. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Ahead of the 9th inning, the Hastings Sodbusters 3 outs away from victory after their huge 4-run bottom of the 8th, and they will turn it over to Braden Cork. He has been solid since the 5th, has worked around a bunch of jams here during today's action. Set him down 1-2-3 yesterday, but allowed a couple of base runners back in the 6th inning, 2 more base runners in the 7th, 3 reached in the 8th inning. Sodbusters were able to throw out the go-ahead run at home, and it's going to be 7, 8, and 9 coming up. Hardiman, Ryan, and Hodges against Braden Cork. 54 pitches thrown, 36 of them strikes, 4 strikeouts, just 1 walk, and allowing the 1 run on 6 hits. Meanwhile, the Sodbusters up to 7 hits after they amassed 4 of those in the 8th. Line drive right at Chase Miller. 1 pitch, 1 loud out to begin the 9th.
We'll have to check the velocity off the bat there in just a moment, but that is one of the most frustrating at-bats as a hitter. You hit a perfect line drive, and it's right at somebody.
Sodbusters can feel your pain. They had a bunch of line drive outs against Eli Larson before finally finding some gaps, finding some green turf and green grass in that bottom of the 8th. Pitch misses to Grant Ryan, 1-0. He's 1 for 3. Up and down the lineup, Fremont's had all kinds of opportunities. A hit in every inning but the 5th. This one is hit to the left side. Could be a tough play. Nice play. Miller thrown up first in time. How about Chase Miller? Wow.
On the run, backhanded throw, throwing it away from his body. And he didn't get very much on it and looked pretty casual while doing it. If you want to find the dictionary definition of web gem, Chase Miller shows up as the first result.
2 up, 2 down. Rob Hodges at the plate now. I'll tell you, Carter Syntax and Chase Miller have put on a display at the shortstop positions. Syntax going to D1, the University of Houston. And I think that Chase Miller bidding for more playing time back at Saginaw Valley State heading through his college years. 2-0 the count now on Rob Hodges. Pitch is bounced to the right side. That will stay fair. Going to be picked up by Welsh, and that is the ball game as the Hastings Sodbusters 8th inning magic 4 runs get it done. The Hastings Sodbusters take the first game of what has turned into a doubleheader now. A huge win as the Sodbusters go 5 games over 500, creep up the standings in the IBL second half standings, and they send Fremont to a large loss. And we'll have game number 2 in about a half hour. We will wrap up our first game broadcast when we come back. Sodbusters win it 5-1, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Hastings Sodbusters getting it done. Very well pitched game, very well played game. And Hastings giving up the tying run in the 8th, but getting 4 in the bottom of the 8th, and they win it by a score of 5-1. We'll have the numbers in a moment, but your impression of this few innings of work here on this Sunday, Ryan Valenta?
Well, we thought going into the 8th inning, we were thinking about how the Sodbusters could start a rally. Eli Larson had pitched almost 3 perfect innings through the 5th, 6th, and 7th innings. Sodbusters had no answer for him, and all it took was some 2-out magics. Hard to believe that Chase Miller and Luke Cossey just got grounded out pretty easily and thought, all right, well, we're going to have to look forward to the 9th, maybe hopefully limit Fremont off the board and get a walk-off in the 9th. But no, Brady Alexander, and we talked with him. He said that he's kind of a fly ball hitter guy and a guy who puts it in the air more than on the ground, which is totally not what you want to do at Duncan Field, but he finds the line drive up the middle. Cale Jensen bloops him home after Alexander aggressive and stole a base to tie the game up, and then Tyler Welsh working a walk. Jude Greaves gets a walk, and then Joey Hecker. And we thought that the walk-off win was going to be the best hit of his Sodbuster career or season. It still might be, but the insurance runs, it is a totally different ball game. If Fremont's coming into that top of the 9th, maybe down just 1 run, then they probably have a little bit more life in them. But down by 4, some teams, they will take the wind out of their sails, and it'll be a tough game to come back from. So Fremont did just that. They had no life in the 9th. The Sodbusters coming back late. The Cardiac Kids getting it done.
And Jet Hannaford adds on another insurance base hit as the Sodbusters do play 4 runs on 4 hits in that 8th inning to win it by a score of 5-1. Final line score, Hastings 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Fremont 1 run, 10 hits, and 1 error. Told you about the big hits in that 8th. For the game, Alexander goes 2 for 4, an RBI and a run scored. Chase Miller 1 for 3 in the game. Drew Vega 0 for 4. He scored a run. Luke Cossey 1 for 4 in the contest. Cale Jensen 1 for 3 with that monster RBI. And then his pinch runner, Jackson Crane, would score the run. Tyler Welch 0 for 2 but a run scored. Jude Greaves 0 for 3 but the run scored. Joey Hecker 1 for 4, 2 runs batted in. And Jet Hannaford 1 for 4 with that run batted in. The number 8 and 9 hitters, well, matter of fact, the number 7, 8, and 9 hitters were a combined 0 for 9 with 5 strikeouts before the 8th. Walk, single, a run scored, and 3 runs batted in for 7, 8, and 9 there in that 8th. Hallelujah.
I think I had mentioned that after Hannaford grounded out that, man, the bottom 3 or the bottom 2 of the order, even just the bottom of the 2 that had struck out 5 times in 6 at-bats, that's just a big breath of confidence for those couple of hitters. It's always great to end a tough day with a couple of base hits to get your team back in the win column as they get win number 26. Fremont now just 1 game over 500. Sodbusters can say that they are 10-5 in the second half now and just a 1 game behind Spearfish. If they win this game tonight, they can at least tie themselves up. Obviously, it'll just depend on how Spearfish is tonight. keep hot and don't let the other teams stay hot. Sodbusters making a push here, and they've definitely got the momentum coming into the second game of this doubleheader.
From a pitching standpoint, Josh Nolte, really good start yesterday. 4 innings of 4-hit ball, did not allow a run. Braden Cork battles his way through 5 innings, allows 6 hits, but only 1 run, 4 strikeouts, and a walk for him as he picks up the victory in relief for the Hastings Sodbusters. That'll do it for our first stream. We'll start our new stream. We're going to have game 2 of our doubleheader. It'll be a 7-inning contest as Hastings and Fremont get set to go. And as Ryan mentioned, the Sodbusters with their win going to 10-5 in second half competition. Now for the 6th time this year, Hastings is 9 games over 500. They have never been 10 games over 500. Can they find a way to accomplish that? We'll find out in a few. And the biggest controversy, okay, they wore green jerseys today. They wore black jerseys yesterday. I would suppose this is a green jersey victory since officially the win came today.
I would think so,
yes.
because I mean they were leading, but then they lost the lead and they came back. So and it was half the game too. It was exactly half the game, so you could argue it could be with either jersey. I'll let you
9-7 with the green jerseys.
Okay,
all right,
we'll take it.
Okay, well, we'll be back in a few for Mason Hinrichs, for Ryan Valenta. Final score once again: the Sodbusters 5 and Fremont 1. I'm Steve Stein, and this has been Sodbuster Baseball.